Last week I was zen because of my kicking, but now I'm just drinking chippenberry. You know.
Stop it. Stop it.
I seen this post and this girl's like, you know, to be raised by Caribbean parents is an experience. Like it's a whole experience that you have to live it. And you know, I was just telling Rooms on the way here, like my mom, because my mom's mouth is just not her own sometimes. Like right. You know, she'll just say whatever comes to her head. So you know, I've gained some weight. You know what I mean? And as I'm leaving, she's like, "So you can't pull up your panty over."
Why are you laughing?
You can't pull up your panty over your belly, and I'm like, I turned around, and then what made it worse is that my son was in the kitchen, so I'm starting to laugh, and I'm like, "You're a jerk." I'm like, "You're such a jerk." Like, why are you laughing and flicking back head? Like you're dead laugh. And she's dead serious. Like, right. And I was like, "Yo, I'm good. I know I gained some weight, whatever." She's like, "So what are you doing about it? You're not doing nothing about it." And I'm like, "But you know what? I just had to leave." And I'm like, "You know what? I can't."
That's terrible.
Yeah, like
that's
I can't.
Terrible.
Like
that's madness. That's terrible.
Then what can you say? It's Caribbean parents.
Hold on. Stick up here.
She's Ota Ada.
Yo, stick up here. Yo.
She's Ota Ada.
Oh man.
She's Ota Ada. I'm telling you.
But that was your week.
That pissed me off.
Bear madness.
What do you mean? Like,
Right.
Mind you, I did go like.
Well, yeah,
like because it up,
because at the end of the day, you're just like, if you have to say that to me, let me just go in the corner
and just do it
quick.
And then all I can think is that song, "Girl, tuck in your belly," right? And I'm like, this is just, you know what? Let me just leave and come to the show.
Stop.
Because no, it's like a beer, vegetable, and water.
Oh man,
I'm really upset.
James, how was your week, man? How's your week? What's going on?
Yo, this is the best part right now.
So this is the best part of your week.
No. You know, week is the week. You know, we give thanks every day. You know what I mean? We get up, we move.
Yep.
You know, just prepping for Winter Fresh. Shout out to G. Is why I had to shout him out for the masquerade.
Right.
Next Saturday. So, all right. So I had to give a shout out to that. I had to give a shout out for that. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, you know what I mean? We just getting it in. You're talking about it's getting cold outside and it's dark.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
It's all right. You know what I mean? I just don't want the time to move back.
Right.
Because if it moves back, it just feels longer.
It feels long.
And I don't want it to feel like I want to go through it.
You know what? That's what I was thinking too. So I was just like, yo, I don't want. I was thinking that too because I was just like, yo, listen, you know what? I don't want it to be like a still like long day, and you know it's going to be a long day as well too, right? So
of course,
definitely
when the time changes,
right? Because when the time changes, the whole work, right, it's going to be long, and no one doesn't want it to be.
I want us to go to a 4-day work week. That's what I want us to do.
4-day work week.
So I think they started already.
But then you want once again you want that 10 hours a day, or you want like the 12 hours. Is that what you're saying?
Whoa, that sounds like a 3-day work week.
Four 10 hours? I can do 4 10-hour days.
I can do 4 10-hour days if they double my wage.
High five to that. High five.
Wouldn't you? Avi.
I mean, you already do 8, right?
No, I do 8.
So there you go. So it wouldn't affect you.
It wouldn't, to be honest with you.
So people who are doing an 8, it's just an extra 2 to get a day off.
Yeah, but if you really look at it, hey, listen, I don't know anyone's work ethic, but people who works 8 o'clock and is complaining, then
what do you think is happening?
What are you going to give her another 2 more hours on that?
I stay at work longer.
What's that?
I stay at work longer.
Well, as I said, some work ethic people, you know what I mean?
And
if you stay a little bit longer.
I do that because there's days where I know I'm not going to be in the morning, or I'm leaving in the afternoon. So I'm like,
so you try to scandal them.
Let me tack an hour here. Let me tack another half here. So that by the end of the week,
you're different.
It all adds up. I was here, my hours. I may not just have been here the hours.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But I was here.
So clearly you cannot hire her.
Yes, I do my hours. I put in my work.
Scammers?
Listen, as long as you do your work, because I have this one guy at the working for me right now, and he put in his 2 weeks kind of thing. Right, so anyone I'm telling you, anyone who puts in their 2 weeks,
you're not gonna see that.
And then you have that 1 week left.
It
doesn't matter. It's gonna be you can tell that person anything, and he's just like, or she'd be like,
"What are you gonna do? Fire me?"
That's great, right? Because they already know they're already checked out. So it's almost like you really want to be like, just leave. Because why am I going to pay you to do nothing for the whole week? You know what I mean? I'm just like kick you on the street and done. But anywho, like he is, he's the slow mo and everything. He's like, do this and that. I've never seen someone took so many breaks in my whole life. Tell people to say, he's on a conference call. He's on a conference call with who?
With me, myself, and I.
Listen. But so now I got to that point to be like this. Listen, here's all this task. Do this. After that, I don't care what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because I just want him to be like, just get that done that we know, it's done.
Yeah.
And then I don't care what you want to do. Because I already know he already checked out. So I'm like, do what you have to do. Get these tasks done. When you get these tasks done, go from there. So hopefully that will motivate him more to be like, let me just get it all done that, I can take 5 hours off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll be like, I don't business. I'd rather that than me being over you over again, like haunting you down. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, that's what it is. So what are you laughing?
You're laughing because I can't see.
Because you can't see? Wow. Anywho, so this is good. Once again, we do have our guests in the building. Once again, it's EIP, Everyday Interesting People. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of excitement because I guess he brought his significant other as well too, which is a surprise in a sense because this is the granddaughter of Lincoln Alexander.
Okay.
Iconic in Canada kind
you
of thing.
You have to say who he is. The first black MPP.
Go ahead.
First black MPP.
Right.
Member of Parliament.
Yeah.
From Hamilton.
Yes.
Ontario. Author.
Yes.
Right. Politician.
Right.
I can remember, he has passed, but of course our link is named after him.
Right.
And I could remember seeing him all the time and him stopping me. As he got older, he ended up in a scooter.
Right.
And he would stop me and he would talk to me about school and he's stopping every black person, every black child.
Right.
He sees, he's stopping. What's going on with school? What's this?
He's a motivation.
How's this? Remember this?
It's everything.
Yes,
it's everything. Well, obviously we'll be talking more about his legacy, but more of the guests that were coming in here. But before that, once again, we have to go pay our bills. You know what I mean? So, EIP family, stay tuned. Tune in. It's going to be a great show.
Are you a music entrepreneur searching for the perfect place to fuel your creativity? Look no further. Welcome to CoLab, the ultimate co-working space designed exclusively for music professionals like you. Are you tired of battling distractions, cramped spaces, and a lack of inspiration? It's time to discover the CoLab difference, a dynamic co-working space tailor-made for your musical aspirations. At CoLab, we understand the unique needs of music entrepreneurs. We've created an environment where collaboration, innovation, and success harmonize perfectly. Collaboration is the key, right? That's why we've built a vibrant community of like-minded music entrepreneurs. Network, share ideas, and collaborate with talented individuals who can take your music to new heights. Need a break from the creative process? Take advantage of our relaxation zones, where you can recharge, connect with fellow musicians, or simply unwind with a cup of freshly brewed coffee. CoLab isn't just a workspace, it's a catalyst for success. Our expert mentors provide guidance, industry insights, and invaluable connections that help you navigate the ever-changing music landscape. And the best part? Our flexible membership plans are designed to fit your budget and schedule. Choose from part-time or full-time access so you can focus on what you do best, making extraordinary music. Join the revolution of music entrepreneurship at CoLab, the ultimate co-working space for music professionals. Ignite your creativity, collaborate with fellow trailblazers, and let your music soar to new heights. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. Visit our website at colabto.org or email us at info@colabto.org to schedule your personalized tour of CoLab today. CoLab, Your path to musical greatness starts here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Now, what y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers. On the low from the Jake and the Taurus, trying to get my hands on some grants like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal, 3-course meal, spaghetti, fettuccine and veal. But still, everything's real in the field, and what you can't have now, leave when you will. But don't knock me for trying to bury 7 zeros over in Rio de Janeiro. Ain't nobody's hero, but I wanna be heard on your hot 9-7 every day, that's my word. Swimming in women with their own condominiums, 5+5s who drive millenniums. It's all about the Benjamins. What? I get a 50-pound bag of ooh for the mutts, 5 carats on my hands with the cuts, and something European chromed out with the clutch.
Broke nigga, drinking more liquor, driving a broke bigger. I'm with mo sippers, watched by gold diggers, rocking Bajor denims with gold zippers. Lost your touch, we kept ours, popping crystals, freaking the 3-quarter reptiles. Enormous cream, forest green, binge Jeep for my team. So while you sleep, I'm a scheme. You see through, so why nobody never gonna believe you. You should do what we do, stack chips like Hebrews. Don't let the melody intrigue you, cause I'll leave you. I'm only here for that green paper with
I'm strictly trying to cop those colossal size Picassos and have Poppy flip coke outside Delgatos. The end with cash flowing like Sosa and the Latin chick transporting in a chocha. Stampeding over pop modes, never sober. Flexing Range Rovers, dealing weight by Minnesota. Avoiding arcs with camcorders and Chevy Novas. Stash in the building with this chick named Alona from Daytona. When I was young, I want the boner, but now I only hit chicks who win beauty pageants. Tricking and taking me skiing at the Aspens. Gangsta mental, stay popping crystal. Pack a black pistol in the act coupe that's dark brown. Pinky ringing, gondolas with the man singing. Italian music down the river with your chick clinging to my bizzos. Player, you mad fools. Acting hard when you was pussy as RuPaul's.
Come on.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
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 It's all about the
What y'all
Benjamins,
wanna do?
baby.
Wanna be
It's all about the
ballers,
Benjamins,
shot callers,
baby.
brawlers,
It's all about
who be
the
dipping in the
Benjamins,
bins with the
baby.
spoilers.
It's all about
On the low from
Benjamins,
the Jake
What
and
the
the
blood clot?
Taurus.
Wanna bumble with the B, huh? Bzz, throw a hex
Yeah.
on the whole family.
Yeah.
Dressed in all black like the omen.
Say
Have your friends singing, this is for my homies. And you know me for making niggas so sick. Lost in my 6 with the Lex on the wrist. If it's murder, you know she wrote it. German Ruger for your ass, bitch, deep throated. Know you wanna feel the rule, cause it's platinum coated. Take your pick, got a firearm, you should've told it. Suck a dick. All that bullshit you kick, player hating from the sideline. Get your own shit. Why you riding mine? I'm a good fella, kinda lady. Stash 380s in Mercedes. Puffy, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew. And I kick shit like a nigga do. Pull the trigger too, fuck you.
I been had skills, Cristal spill, hot bills in Brazil. About $1 million of ice grill, make it hard to figure me. Liquor be kicking me in my asshole. Undercover, Donnie Brasco. Left my East Coast girl, the Bentley, the twirl. My West Coast shorty, push the chrome 740, rockin' red man and naughty. Oh, with my kitty cat, half a brick of yay. In the bra where her titties at. And I'm living that whole life we push weight. Fuck the state, pen, fuck holes in Penn State. Listen close, it's Francis, the praying mantis. Attack with the Mac, my left hand spit. Right hand grip on the whip for the smooth getaway. Player haters, get away, or my lead will spray. Squeeze off till I'm empty, don't tempt me. Only to hell I send thee. All about the Benjis, why?
The Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
All right, we are here, back. Once again, EIP family, rooms, Mr. Reen.
Hostess with the mostest.
What with the mostest?
That's what I'm saying. Hostess with the mostest.
Sound like Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Halloween's coming in.
I'm
But,
saying.
I don't know.
We'll leave it
but gems as well.
Yeah.
But we do have our guests in the building. Bino.
Hey,
you know what I mean? I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm blessed, my brother.
Yes, and I know you brought. I forget other. She's in the building as well too.
Of course,
right? But if you want
the better part of me,
the
wow,
the better. That's nice, right?
You
the
can teach these guys something. Yes, I need you to teach them something while you're here. Trust me. So we have Bino in the building, youth motivator, coming to talk to us today. Just a bit about his life.
Yes, the past, the present, future.
Past, present, future. Before we get to that, of course, don't forget iLive Radio Network app. Download it on the Apple iTunes Store. Or if you're unfortunate enough to have an Android, is any of you guys in here?
How about you just...
Is it you?
Yes.
You can go to Google Play. Yes. It's okay. We still like you guys.
You picked the right one. You picked the right one.
So definitely download the app. You can listen to live shows. You can listen to past shows. You can interact with presenters and interact with shows while they're being done live. So, yes, Bino, thank you for being in the building today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us a bit about yourself.
All right. So from a vibe, I just want to get to you about perspective. Perspective and love. So I'm going to give you a little bit about myself, but I want to show you how perspective, your entire perspective, can change your entire life. So here we go.
We're going deep. It seems like we're going deep. I'm ready.
I come from nothing. I grew up in a third world government housing, no running water, rolling electricity, which means that the lights come between certain hours of the day, which means I have to go get water to bathe my skin. My mom left me when I was like about 2-3 years old. She came to Canada. My dad was just busy doing his thing. So I got bounced around from family to family to family. And I lived in a place where they could beat you. And I mean, anybody could beat you. The teacher can beat you if you get a question wrong. If your back is wet, and I'm talking about a third world sunny country, they can do anything they want to you. If they see you down the road, they can beat you and send you home to your auntie, and she's going to beat you. You understand them ones? So I come from that. So what I'm trying to tell you is I came to this country and I met my mom. And me and her didn't get along very much, right? So I was out on my own, early age, you know. She caught me doing some things with a female that she didn't appreciate. And by about 16, 17 years old, I was on my own. So from that, I'm in high school. And then I'm meeting, you know what kind of people when you meet in high school. And I'm fresh from Trinidad now. I don't really know much about much. But I get to high school now, and it's a whole group of guys who take me in. And now I'm staying at their place, you know, and now I'm joining up with gang vibes, right? And now these guys are inviting me into a world that I've never seen before, right? And now that becomes a part of my life. Now, what I want to let you know is that most of the things that you love, most of the things that you rate, they're not even your own thoughts. Somebody thought that up for you. How much do you love Michael Jordan that you're buying J's? That's not your idea. How come everybody you know is smoking weed and drinking Hennessy? That is not your idea. Somebody else planted that in your culture, and they have you whopped. You understand? So once you can break out of that and see that you're kind of mesmerized, and I know a lot of us, when we turn 35, 40 years old, you see the black men starting to break out of it and realize the nonsense that they were living in their life. But I'm going to tell you something, my fam. If you can find a way to avoid the trauma, if you can find a way to avoid the darkness, fam, then you should do that. And I'm not telling you that you should starve. I understand people have to do what they have to do to provide for their children. But I am telling you that you don't have the right to destroy somebody else's life, fam. You don't have the right to gain off of somebody else's pain, fam. And whoever taught you that didn't teach you any good, brother, because they probably didn't learn any good, brother. So you have to find a way to get out of that situation that you're in, if that's who you are. If you're living in that trap, what's your plan? I know mans who are 45 years old, fam, and they cannot read. They have M's, and they're trapped with that money. You hear me? Because they have no credit, they can't trust nobody, and they have no skills. So what are they doing? The same thing they were doing when we were 20 years old. Still stuck in the same cycle. Fam, what's your plan? What's your plan to get out of this, if that's all you know? So I'm going to show you something.
Wicked.
I'm going to show you something. So I'm not going to judge you or tell you how to live your life. You got to do what you got to do. So in 5 years, it should take you to stack some money, right? So in that 5 years, what are you going to do? Learn a trade? become a barber, get off the block. In the daytime, at least, right? Because other than that, fam, you're going to end up in the bin and you're going to end up dead. So even if you have to do things that you shouldn't be doing, my nigga, at least be conscious enough to have a plan to get out of it, right? Because you're operating in darkness. You're working for the darkness. And you know what I'm talking about. Because if I say God to you right now and you hear it, you're like, that nigga's corny. That's not even your thought. Somebody else planted that in your culture. That's why anytime a man tells you about God, you're like, brush that off. But you're built to operate in the darkness, fam. And you have to wake up and see that there's light. So let me show you a flex. I got myself in some trouble with some people, see? And then I couldn't be where I was making money. So I had to move all the way to Oshawa. So I decided to myself, even the people that I got in trouble with, they weren't even showing me the kind of love they were supposed to show me, see? And I'm a person who got down, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I decided, I'm just going to chop off my phone. And then I started listening to this guy. His name is Thomas Hall on YouTube. Every night when I go to bed, I listen to this guy, Thomas Hall. And fam, I cut every single human being off for 2 years of my life. I did nothing but go to work. I did not internet. I did not chop no gal. I didn't do nothing. All I did was try to better myself and change my perspective. I started imagining what I wanted, the kind of life that I wanted, outside of the things that I knew how to do. And what did I start doing after that? Anything that was darkness in my life, anything that was negativity in my life, anything that was evil in my life, and even the mandem. I love you niggas, but you're not worth my salvation at the end of the day. I have to grow. And if you're not pushing me in a direction to grow, you don't love me. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not teaching me better, if you're not telling me better, if you don't want more from me, then you don't really love me. You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn that these people that you're around are not really your people because they wouldn't want you around. They would tell you do more with your life, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, I digressed. So now I'm back in Oshawa, right? I'm not allowed to be in Brampton. I'm not allowed to be around my people. I'm not allowed to be around my children. Mm-hmm. Not allowed in the city. See? Stayed away from everybody, started working out, started reading some books, started doing some meditations, learning about how to use my imagination and how to use my energy. And I know it sounds corny to you. That's your business. My life is fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, what you believe has nothing to do with me. You understand? I'm just trying to help you, save you from some of the trauma and some of the time, right? So I'm in Oshawa, and I decide that all I want to do, I don't want to fuck with anything that has to do with anything negative. I started a whole new life, right? I decided what I wanted to drive. I thought about it, and I just worked. I stayed away from people, and I just started getting into myself and started realizing that so much of the things that I wanted to kill for, that I wanted to die for, it's all bullshit. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, fam? You want fly clothes to look fly where? Where are you going? Where the mandem are? So you're trying to stun on the mandem. But the mandem are putting no money together to own a barbershop to do nothing positive, right? Nothing positive you listen to, nothing positive you watch on TV, nothing. Everything you take in is telling you you're nothing. I'm here to tell you you're something, fam. And you're just kind of lost in a little daze that these people put on you. This was thought up before you even were born, before you even came here. I digressed again. Once you can learn to operate with your energy, once you understand that God loves you in a kind of way that none of this shit can actually touch you if you're operating with him in a certain type of way. And you start moving with positivity, and any bad thing that happens to you, learn to find a lesson in it and blame yourself. Take responsibility. I don't care what it is, who did it. It's your fault. You had that person in your life. That's what happened to you. Anyways, I cleaned up my life. I decided what I wanted to do, where I wanted to live, and just piece by piece, just by being a good human being, being in a positive state, helping my brothers, loving my brothers, and staying away from the darkness piece by piece. 2 years later, I woke up in my dream and had no idea. And the funny thing I'm going to tell you, fam, like, it sounds like an overnight thing, but it wasn't. I wake up every day with the girl of my dreams, fam. You hear me? Something that I prayed for. You understand? The characteristics of this human being I needed for me because I'm broken. You understand? So I can't have any kind of wasi kind of kyati. That's not who I am as a human. You understand? And God gave me what I asked for. But I made the sacrifices for that. If you see what I'm pushing outside, you understand me? And I come from nothing. If you see how I'm living. So you might believe there's only one way to achieve things because that's what they taught you on the block. You might believe that there's only one way of thinking, but you got to ask yourself, who taught them that? Where'd they get that knowledge from, fam? Yo, is it possible that you are a tool being used by the devil, yet you're supposed to be used by the creator? And the devil's just blocking you? Has you doing this on the block? Is it possible that our people deal with so much oppression because we are the chosen ones and we're supposed to be doing God's work? So instead, we get distracted with all the... Anyways, the point to what I'm trying to tell you, brother, is that if you're in the street and you have no choice, I understand. For the people in the underbelly of the life, I understand. I come from it. I know it. But believe me when I'm telling you, I live a life right now that I never thought was absolutely possible. And you can too, fam. You just got to fix up. There's something about discipline that takes pride, bro. Wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, go for a jog, do something with yourself. Stop making excuses. Do hard things. Be disciplined. You see your man trying to slap a kyati, stop him. Stop fucking with the man, them. You're grown. Sorry, excuse my language.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yo, listen, it's go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
Build a life.
Go
Find yourself a wife, somebody that suits you, you know? And let me ask you something. You're going to complain about the catty. Where'd you find her? Where'd you meet her? You met her at the bar and you're expecting her to have some kind of quality and standards? Behave yourself, my G. What are we talking about? Right? So just do the hard things. Like, stop being a pussy. Like, your mom raised a good boy. Stop trying to act tough. Like, cut it out. Just because the man them are doing it on the block. Behave yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's about time, man. And I just want to tell you, if you change your perspective, my G, and if you start operating an energy of positivity, my G, yo, the world is yours. And you might not believe me. And like I said, I'm going home tonight and life is good for me, so I'm indifferent. But I'm just trying to drop some knowledge for you, you know, because I come from it. Anyways, hey, talk to the goddess.
No,
Talk to the goddess. That's all. I just wanted to get that through to you, my nigga. I know it might seem hopeless. I know you might think you have no other way, fam. But you do, my nigga. I promise you, you do.
So, you know, thank you for that. You know, and so as you know, we're here, and it's a lot that you just said that we want to unpack, right?
Yeah.
We're listening.
We're you know, so we're gonna rewind it back to the beginning. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's not about anything negative that you've done in the past, but we just want to hear more of like the steps to get where you are today. You know what I mean? I know you did say you removed yourself. You were in Oshawa.
100%.
We will do that in a minute. We're going to go on a commercial break, but not yet. But not yet. Like soon, it's coming up. But we'll definitely do that in a minute. But go ahead.
But yes, so you know, you took 2 years off, cut off everybody. Listened to Thomas Hall. You said Thomas Hall.
I recommend that.
And that kind of
there's
put you
another
in a
book on
different mind
YouTube.
state.
Sorry, called the greatest book ever written. Please, please.
So we definitely want to, like, you know, kind of pick and pull.
We want to get there. We want to get there.
Go back and then come back.
Absolutely.
Come back again. So you ready for that commercial?
Yes. We'll go into a straight commercial. You know, we always have to pay our bills.
I don't want it to be interrupted.
No. Of course not. Yes, definitely. Okay. So EIP, tune in, stay. Yo, it seemed like it's gonna get hot.
Right.
It's gonna get really hot and get into the greedy. So Bino. Jeez.
Yeah.
ILive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. ILive Radio.
ILive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
Hey, beautiful, your skin deserves the best, but that doesn't mean you should have to stress over it. Look and feel your best with Honey Sweet Skincare. We specialize in clean, natural, and organic skincare products for the whole body so you can pamper yourself from head to toe. Every product at Honey Sweet was designed for uncompromising men and women who expect only the best from their skincare. Ready to love the skin you're in? Visit honeysweet.ca today. Honey Sweet. Body, beauty, bliss.
You're listening to ILive Radio. www.iliveradio.com.
Turn it up loud. Get up from walking out, let's throw it away. Just take my hand and understand. If you could see, I never planned to be a man, it just wasn't me. But now I'm searching for commitment and other arms. I wanna shelter you from harm. Don't be alarmed. Your attitude was the cause. You got me stressing. Soon as I open up the door with your jealous questions. Like where can I be? You're killing me with your jealousy. Now my ambitions to be free, I can't breathe. Cause soon as I leave, it's like a trap. I hear you calling me to come back. I'm a sucker for love.
You tried everything, but you don't give what you won't do. You won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give.
Just when I thought I broke away and I'm feeling happy, you try to trap me, say you're pregnant, and guess who's the daddy? Don't wanna fall for it, but in this case, what could I do? So now I'm back to making promises to you, trying to keep it true. What if I'm wrong? A trick to keep me on and on, trying to be strong in the process, keep it going. About to lose my composure, I'm getting close to packing up and leaving notes and getting ghosts. Tell me who knows a peaceful place where I can go to clear my head. I'm feeling low, losing control. My heart is saying leave, or what a tangle where we weave when we conspire to conceive. And now you're getting calls at the house, guess you're cheating. That's all I need to hear, cause I'm leaving. I'm out the door, never no more when you see me. This is the end, cause now I know you've been cheating. I'm a sucker for love.
Do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give. What you won't do, baby. Oh yeah. You tried everything, but you don't give.
Now we left you with scars, tears on your pillow when you still stay. As you sit and pray, hoping the beatings will go away. It wasn't always a hit and run relationship. It used to be love, happiness, and companionship. Remember when I treated you good? I moved you up to the hills, out the ills of the ghetto hood. Me and you, a happy home when it was on. I had a love to call my own. I should have seen you was trouble, but I was lost. Trapped in your eyes, preoccupied with getting tossed. No need to lie, you had a man and I knew it. You told me, don't worry about it, we can do it. Now I'm under pressure, make a decision cause I'm waiting. When I'm alone, I'm on the phone, having secret conversations. I wanna take your misery, replace it with happiness, but I need your faith in me. I'm a sucker for love.
You tried everything,
No, you ain't right, but I'm a sucker for love.
you won't do for love already, baby. You tried everything, but you don't give. What
I'm a
you
sucker
won't
for
do,
love.
you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give. What you won't do, oh no. You tried everything, but you don't give. What you won't do.
All right. We are back.
We are back.
We are back. EIP family, you know what it is.
Again.
Again.
ILive Radio app.
And again, no, we don't have to do the ILive Radio app.
Yes.
Not this time. You know, we'll do it the next time. You know, the next.
Why do you always
the next break?
disagree
You know,
with me?
because I want to jump right in, and to be honest, I don't want to be Mr. I Am always fighting with you, you know, because he's not here. We'll leave that to Gems.
No.
Gems can't manage.
Right. So, Bino,
Yes, my
Bino, again back here. Yo, that was deep. That was going in. Obviously, we have a lot of questions to ask. You know what I mean? Especially knowing that you're an open book. I'm pretty sure our followers, our listeners as well. Hey, listen, call in if you need to call in. Sorry, I apologize. I don't have the number on me right now, but
that's why we need Mr. I Am.
Yeah, because Mr. I Am was on there, but trust me, I'll put it up there right now. I'll put it in the chat so everyone will.
So, Benna, as I was saying,
yes.
Just before the break, EIP, we like to do an interview and like to get to know our guests.
Absolutely.
So I kind of want to again go back to the very beginning of your life. You started by saying you were back home in Trinidad for a bit by yourself, like so many Caribbean parents do. They leave the children back home to come back to create a better life. So you were one of those children that were left back home. And unfortunately, it seems like your story back home is one of many people have that same type of story where the family you were left with back home did not treat you.
Yeah, but it's not only the family, right? And it's also a stigma of that. I don't know. If you know people from the Caribbean and they know your mom's gone and you live in a neighborhood or you live in a building, you're going to get it. You know what I mean? They know that your auntie is probably going to defend it, but not like your mom.
Right.
And it's kind of open season. And anybody who has been through that experience knows that too. And another thing too, you said that, a better life. That's subjective, right? Because by the time I came here, I had so much trauma.
Right. Well, in her head, her plan was, I think the plan is, I should say, for immigrant parents coming here is to create a different or better type of life is the thoughts.
I'm absolutely grateful to be here. Obviously, I'm not an idiot. I understand the opportunities are different. The infrastructure is different. I understand what's going to happen for my great-grandchildren is different. And I absolutely respect that part of it. But I'm just saying that if you're going to do that with your child, don't do it in a desperate manner. Make sure that there's a plan. Make sure that the child understands what's happening. Make sure that you leave the child with some people that are safe, man. You know what I mean? Right. Because,
But I got a question.
Of course.
Right, because... And it's true with parents always traveling Caribbean, they always try to make that better life. But your dad, right? Because you said you were your dad, but your dad just dropped it. So if the woman says, you know what, I'm leaving, you should be in good hands with your father.
Right.
That would be the impression.
You would think. So my father was like a car painter back in the day. He would mix paint. And he got a big contract for a company called Penta Paints that would fly him. So he was a big shot. But the thing is, he was busy being a big shot. So my mom didn't leave me with my dad. She left me with my aunt in government housing, right? My aunt had a bunch of babies and we all lived in one room, right? So my dad was the kind of dad that would be like, yo, I'm coming to pick you up at 12.
And never show up.
2:00 in the morning. And I mean 12 in the day.
Yeah.
2:00 in the morning, my auntie's beating me to try to get my clothes off. I'm like, no, he's coming. You know? Wow. And that's the kind of vibes I grew up on. And not only that, brother, it was a situation where we lived in a building, and to get in and out of our town, you have to pass by this building. So I would see him passing by.
Oh,
great. And that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm saying to myself, why didn't dad just take you?
Yeah, he's busy being a baller. You know what I mean?
He didn't want to be a father.
He didn't want to be a father. Ask Erica, who takes care of him now. Who takes care of him and his children.
Also, you have siblings from him.
Yeah, well, he has. I was here by the time those people were created. But yeah, he had some kind of a stroke, and the woman that he was with was not really,
standing by him. And the saying, right?
Of course. I mean, he's my dad.
Once an adult, twice a child, right?
Right.
You go from a child to adult, and then from adult
you
go back
regress,
to
right?
Exactly.
But I don't have the thing that most modern children have. He's my dad. I know he fucking whatever.
True.
He's my dad. You know what I mean? Sorry about that.
That's okay.
He's my dad, and just like whatever. And I don't. I make sure that regardless of whatever the history is, that I still make sure that they're good.
So you forgive him because you want to forgive yourself.
I wouldn't even say that I forgive him.
Okay.
I didn't even. I was so awestruck by this man that he could tell me anything, man, and he can let me down 1,000,000 times, and I'll still give him 100 more chances. He's still my dad.
So it's funny you said that, because I'm thinking, like, when did you? Because I know you said that. Hey, listen, you pretty much disconnect yourself from the world for like 2 years.
Before we get there, that's way towards the end of the story.
Absolutely.
So we're
no. He right, but I know that's in a sense towards the end, but
because I do want to get into that like on its own.
Right, yeah. but I'm only kind of intersecting with that because he's saying something like where he said that it's not even him forgiving his dad. He's just like it's whatever his dad, but he got to a point where because at the end of the day you're at a place where you're just like, yo, why? I believe you could correct me if I'm wrong. Where you're just like, how did I got here in this mess?
Absolutely.
And why am I getting treated like this? And then it's almost like, as you said, you read books, you did whatever, and it's just like, I guess you just open up your mind, and there was something even bigger. But once Dream said, like, we'll get into that.
Because I'm still at your childhood. You know what I mean? I don't know. You already finished and done the story. So you know, you're still young. You're back home.
Yep. Yeah.
What was your mindset? I know as children, we sometimes think about our future and what is our future going to look like? You know what I mean? Like when I'm older, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a fireman. You know, I want to do this. I want to live in a big house. My daughter used to say she wants a big purple house. Like you have this dream of what you feel you want your life to be. Do you remember what that was like for you? Or did you even get a chance to dream?
So you got to remember, I'm going from this person's house. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. My auntie and my uncle, they took care of me. But they also had Malika, Kande, Renako, Feola. Feola was dying of cancer. And we all shared one room. Right. So we are in a double-decker. And they're in a king-size bed. And we're watching her die. Right here, right? And this is my life. This is my childhood, right? So for me, all of these little things kind of, if I'm going from this person's house to that person's house to that person's house, it's kind of just me. You know what I mean? It's not anything I hold on to me would be fleeting. If that makes sense. So there's no normal.
You're not coming with anything. No stability.
Yeah, there's no stability. My grannies are my stability. That's it. Like my grandmothers, there's no me without those human beings, right? Because they were empathetic to the situation. They understood, what the hell, these kids, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
So those were the only people that any grounding or any familiarity came from. Anything else other than that, for me, I was always on the defense. You know,
for your grannies, were they back home in Trinidad?
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
So I was about to say, how come you didn't run back to them? But you're
one of my
kid running back to Trinidad, right?
One of my grandmothers actually came here with me when I was 14 in 1995 and stayed for 10 years. But when we get to that, I'll tell you why she did that.
Definitely.
So you were 14 when you came.
Yeah.
So you were living that life for 14 years.
Absolutely.
That's a long time.
Yeah, no running water, carrying water. Do you know what it's like when you're the person in somebody's house that's not the favorite? And you're the one who's going to do the chores. You're the one who's
not even that, even just in case in terms of development, human development. From 2 to 6 is something. From 6 to 9 is someone different.
But I had this. My Uncle Brian and my Auntie John, they held me down. My Uncle Brian was the only person on earth that I knew that didn't hit. Like everybody hit. I'm talking about my next door neighbor. Everybody hit you, right? And they know your daddy ain't coming to defend it like that, you know. So you know what I mean.
So was your mom visiting you during?
My mom came to visit one time, and I broke her heart because when I opened the door, I didn't know it was her. Right? I had no idea. So I was like, Auntie, hey, there's somebody here for you. And I just went and continued to get ready, and she came crying. But I was probably like 8 or something like that, and she visited for a week or 2. But like I said, my mom's really big with her family. So that at that time took priority because she hadn't been back in a while. So the family, meeting up with her sisters and her brother, that took priority to my time.
What was you mentioned your grandma's, sorry. Oh. What was your mother like? Like, what made your mother who she is? You know how is her mother with her?
Yeah, my grandmother's like the greatest human being. I don't even understand who this person is. She has 13 kids. 13 kids. Her husband died. She never remarried.
Right.
What?
Right.
So, like, when I talk about this woman, her faith in Jesus, she lived to be 99 years old. You know, her faith in Jesus was unshakable. Like, her faith in God was everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Hey, hey, this is what God wants.
Right.
Just let it be. And she created an army of children and grandchildren, and she's just like a legend in our family. You know, she came here, she came here and brought me here and took care of me. You know.
So 14-year-old you now. They say you're coming to Canada,
and that happened in a day. Hey,
oh, that you knew.
Hey, you're not going to school tomorrow.
You're
Pack
going.
your stuff.
You're going to Canada.
Yeah.
So at this time, your mother
so
was able to now file for you and.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what
the process was.
I have no idea what's happening. I am so ignorant to what's happening that I'm showing up in Trinidad. In Canada in February in like shorts and like, and I'm talking about something that they got made for me. Okay?
Yeah,
so
this
ridiculous.
Yeah,
They dressed me up like a clown.
Right.
Just to show her that I guess I'm assuming whatever money she was sending was being spent.
Yeah, that one time, right?
You know?
So you came up at 14.
Yeah.
New country.
Yeah.
Not being raised with your mom, seeing her maybe once, you said.
Yeah, well, my mom, for first time ever. So I get off the plane. She brings me into the house and take off her jacket, and she's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, so I, you know, and then I just, you know, instantly I'm like, okay, this is why I'm here. I'm here because for her, it's more important for Trinidad not to be like, oh, how is she having a kid and leaving a kid?
So it's the optics for her.
Right.
So it wasn't necessarily that she wanted you there.
Caribbean people, you know, the most important thing to them is how things look, right? That's very important.
So you already knew that at 14.
In my head, you know, like, you didn't come get me at 8, at 9, at 10. Like,
11,
what was
12.
going on? What were you doing? You know, and then I met her and she was pregnant. So, you know, from that instant, I never fully attached because I'm like, okay, so this is a baby. Who comes with this baby?
Yeah.
Right. This baby's going to get your time. So I'm not going to get to know you. So I'm just doing me.
You're just here.
I'm here. And I'm grateful to be here, and I'm eating like McDonald's fries.
Right.
Cut it out. It's great. Right. So I was always just alone. My grandmother brought me, and she held me down. And the reason why she brought me was because, you know, like a Caribbean parent, my mom had my brother, and then she went back to work. So my grandmother stuck around to be that person at home.
To help.
And she stayed for a decade. That's the type of human being she was.
And, you know, we'll get to it again later, but that almost sounds like foundation. Yeah. That's the foundation to even for where you are today without you even maybe realizing.
Bringing me back, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like having her around and maybe the little things. You know, sometimes we're on a path and we know the path is wrong, but we remember the little things.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That can kind of sometimes ground us.
There,
eventually, it will definitely ground us.
I would agree with that 100%.
Right?
I would agree with that 100%.
So you're here, grandma's here, 14.
Yeah.
You start going to school.
And so I went to elementary school for like 1 month. And it was a school called St. Kevin's.
Okay.
St. Kevin's only had like 3 black people. Everybody else was white.
And you came back with an accent too, didn't you?
Whoa.
You were singing.
Not only did I have a hard accent, I'm the person who's standing up and putting his hand up to ask a question.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how we do it in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So everybody's laughing at me.
Right.
I'm wearing corduroy pants.
Yes. Was your hair parted? Of course.
In my back
I know, don't worry.
Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how fresh I was. Yo, these awful white kids. Let me tell you what these guys did to me. So they used to take us out in the break, right? You know, and you're outside in the snow on break time. And these guys are like, hey, man, you got to watch out for the snow snakes. I'm like, the snow snap. I went back inside, and the teacher's like, everybody has to be outside for recess. Everybody. I'm like, I'm not going out there with no snow snakes, and this is an issue. Call my mom, do what you gotta do. Wicked. do what you got to do. And oh man, it wasn't good for me. But I'll tell you, even to this day on Facebook, these kids will message me about this snow snake.
About the snow snakes.
Yeah, man.
These kids are wicked.
Yeah, but I was absolutely fresh. So from there, I spent a month in that school, right? So I was telling you that to tell you when I went to high school, most of the people that I knew were only the white kids from my elementary school and those 3 black kids. So this is 96, and I'm in a cafeteria sitting with, with the white kids that I went to elementary school with. And this black kid by the name of Omar walks up to me and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, get up. And he brings me over here because, unbeknownst to me, there's a black section, there's a white section.
Right.
And later on in school, like not even 2 months later, there were race wars. Somebody threw chocolate milk across the
the white side. Yep, I can see that. That was the 90s. That was the 90s. That was everywhere.
That's the 90s.
That was the 90s.
That's the 90s.
That was the 90s.
You can imagine the culture shock this is for me, okay?
Yes.
Now I'm surrounded by black people and they're fighting white people. And I'm new to white people.
You know what? Before we go, I want to talk about high school with you.
Yes. What?
Another commercial break.
Absolutely. You know, we got to pay our bills.
We definitely got to pay. Because the main bill payer is here. So we got to pay them.
This is deep. This is deep.
All right, we'll be back. EIP Lounge.
You're listening to ILive Radio.
Are you a music entrepreneur searching for the perfect place to fuel your creativity? Look no further. Welcome to CoLab, the ultimate co-working space designed exclusively for music professionals like you. Are you tired of battling distractions, cramped spaces, and a lack of inspiration? It's time to discover the CoLab difference, a dynamic co-working space tailor-made for your musical aspirations. At CoLab, we understand the unique needs of music entrepreneurs. We've created an environment where collaboration, innovation, and success harmonize perfectly. Collaboration is the key, right? That's why we've built a vibrant community of like-minded music entrepreneurs. Network, share ideas, and collaborate with talented individuals who can take your music to new heights. Need a break from the creative process? Take advantage of our relaxation zones, where you can recharge, connect with fellow musicians, or simply unwind with a cup of freshly brewed coffee. CoLab isn't just a workspace, it's a catalyst for success. Our expert mentors provide guidance, industry insights, and invaluable connections that help you navigate the ever-changing music landscape. And the best part? Our flexible membership plans are designed to fit your budget and schedule. Choose from part-time or full-time access so you can focus on what you do best, making extraordinary music. Join the revolution of music entrepreneurship at CoLab, the ultimate co-working space for music professionals. Ignite your creativity, collaborate with fellow trailblazers, and let your music soar to new heights. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. Visit our website at collabto.org or email us at info@collabto.org to schedule your personalized tour of CoLab today. CoLab, your path to musical greatness starts here.
Let's go. It's that bounce right here. Come on. Time to move on. Time to be strong. Don't stop now, straight to the top now. That's what I need. Come on, that's for you, baby. Girl, you made me believe again. If you happy, then be with him. Go ahead, mommy, breathe again. Go ahead, mommy, breathe again. Don't stop now, straight to the top now. Go ahead, mommy, make it hot now. I need me a love that's gonna make my heart stop now. And what I need is simple. 5'5" with dimples, potential wife credentials. Know about the life I'm into, life I've been through, and how I had a trifling mental. So ride with me, G4, fly with me. Times get hard, cry with me, die with me. White Beach Saints, lie with me. My advice is forget the limelight. Let's make love while we listen to Frank White. So tight, now I understand life. Yeah, take that. Come on.
Is it pretty woman next to
should I say now? Come on, ma, been a whole day now. I wanna lay round and sip colada, dipped in Prada. I'm smooth as Eric Estrada, dipped in dollars. We out in Vegas, Nevada. Bubble bath in a champagne glass, about the size of a campaign ad. You don't know how you looked at me, but if love was a crime, you's a crook to me. Cause mommy, I done been around the world, seen a lot of places, been around your girl, believe I read faces. I could tell she don't want me prevail, but I learned my lesson watching Sean stressing. So why listen to her and start guessing? Mommy, you ain't ready to ride to start dressing. I need a girl receive my mom's blessing. Confession, my love no contesting. I need affection.
Listen, I need affection. Let's go, Mario.
Girl, what the hell is on your mind?
Yeah.
I could be done, but I'm not blind.
Come on.
There's something leaking in your mind.
Get your mind right.
Don't look too good for you and me. Always getting weak. That ain't what I need, baby. Is a pretty woman next to me.
Yeah.
Oh, please, baby. To share the dreams that I believe. I need a girl in my life. Maybe we can start a family. Start a family, baby. Someone to truly understands, baby. How to treat a man. This is what I need.
Sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Never mind the weather. Go somewhere and get our minds together. Build a love that'll last forever. So let's stop the pain, stop the rain. Put stress to rest, girl, stop the games. Name the spot, mommy, I got the plane. Road too rough, I got the rain. Well, I got some things, known to put rocks and rings. Push 100-foot yachts and things. Your man don't play. Have you ever been to Sandro Pay or seen a brother play a mandolay? Girl, I wanna just look in your eyes and watch the sunrise. No more lies, no more tears to cry. No more reasons for leaving. You I believe in. Love you to the day I stop breathing. I love you, girl. Come on.
Yes, I need a pretty woman next to me, girl. To share the dreams that I believe. When I wake up in the morning, maybe we can start a family. I wanna see a pretty face, someone to truly understand how to treat a man. Oh yeah, what I need.
Is that all you want?
Is a pretty woman next to me.
Make a sacrifice
to share the dreams that I believe.
And maybe we
someone to truly understand how to treat a man. This is what I need, baby. Is a pretty woman next to me, standing next to me, girl. To share the dreams that I believe. When I wake up in the morning, maybe we can start a family. I wanna see your pretty face, baby. Someone to truly understands, baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah, what I need is a pretty woman next to me.
Yeah. We all my. Yeah. Come on. So living it up. To everybody that be living it up, we say. So living it up. Come on, baby, it's the typical everyday one night thing. It's a physical. I'ma love you tonight, dang. Look, calling your name, go jump on in the range and roll over. I just really wanted to hold you. The time get to know you. That's a good chick. Before it's all over, I'ma meet this chick. Probably treat this chick more better. Cause if you ain't no thugs and ladies go together. Popping my collar, partner, who in the spot? Baby, rule in the spot, in the mug, in the watch. Ugly. Half of y'all hate me, half y'all love me. The ones that hate me only hate me cause they don't trust me. And they say I'm lucky. You think I got time to blow all this dough and do all these shows? On flight in the llama charging white robes. Uh-oh, another episode. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up, what you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up, come on. Ladies, wanna hold a day, Miss Atkins. That's why they show love with more passion than average. And I ain't mad at you. Never leave you alone. Cause it's on when I'm home, like a song when I'm gone. We both grown, both got minds of our own. Plus we hit it off at first sight like love Jones. Many zones, baby, lover, yo, hate it all. From prissy women to women that's overshadowed. But you know the ruby, living it up. They got all of y'all giving it up. I like little ooh, baby, how cute are you? With a body that rides on sexual. I got a stick, I'll ride right next to you. Doing donuts and cuts, then I open it up. On the freeway, hand on the wheel, foot on the clutch. Rule, baby, not giving it up. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. What you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. My love. Come on, we get right. Come on, we get live. Come on, we get right. Live your life. Love, you so sexy. I just want you next to me. Your whole vibe's like a sign in ecstasy. Cause ain't nothing but an ink thing, baby. I know the world is going crazy. I wanna feel your passion. Come when you act, laugh when you cry when you laugh. But ain't nothing happen. Homegirl got a little uptight, turned off the lights and started crashing. The radio blasted between me and you, but you ain't on the low with the pretty thing you do. Girl, I thought you knew what I do. You know I know what you do. Cause it ain't a good night if you don't act right like Teddy P. Let's turn off the lights and grind it out. Taking no time out till the sun come out. Let me find out. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. What you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. Come on. To everybody that be living it up, we say what I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. What you do. To everybody that be living it up, we say what do I do. And all my ladies that be giving it up. Come on, we get right. Come on, we get live. Come on, we get right. It's my time. Woo, baby. Yeah. Do a roll. Do I do? Low key. We
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back here once again. You know what it is. You can download the ILive app, right? You can go to Apple iTunes, right? And you could or go to the App Store. Sorry, you could download the ILive app, right? As well as if you have Google, go to Google Play and download the app. I know Ms. Dreen is an expert of talking about the collab. Do you want to briefly tell everyone about the collab again? If you want to actually come in here and
if you want to come in here and do photography, if you want to come in here and do recording,
yes.
If you want to use the front lobby space, we had a movie premiere here last week.
Yes.
Was it last week or the week before last?
The week before.
Yes, there was a movie premiere here. They were able to hold the movie screening in the back room and then have, refreshments and everything out here. So definitely come down to the collab.
Yes.
Look up the collab, rent the space.
Definitely.
Support.
That's
support.
it.
Yeah, definitely support. It's our new home.
It's our new home.
And if you want to do a podcast also, if you have podcast ideas,
yes,
you're able to go. Oh, do you have an idea, Mr.
Hey, hold on. We'll get to that later. Off the record.
Definitely. Check us out. So now we're back here.
Yes.
With our questioning.
I know.
We're now in high school.
Yes.
If we remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Left off at high school. You didn't realize there was, two sides to the school.
So I'll tell you what else I noticed. So I came to this country right before BET.
Okay.
Right? And I noticed the change in black people. I noticed a change in white people, but I definitely noticed a change in black people.
Once you saw BET.
Once BET came to this country, black people just turned up a little more, right? Things got. I remember everybody was more into Caribbean type of vibe, or even if they were listening to hip hop, it was you'd have your DMX here, you'd have your little conscious music here, but it was a blend, right? I mean, I know nowadays there's no more conscious music that doesn't exist. Like I said, it's purposely done, obviously. But anyways, we were talking about me being 14.
Yes.
And going to high school. So, like I said, I kind of got into a situation where my mom caught me doing things that she felt like I shouldn't be doing with a young lady.
So what was your home life like now at high school?
So my home life in high school is pretty much my grandmother taking care of my little brother, and I am in, and then I'm right out the door. Right?
Okay.
I come home, and I'm right out the door. I know what time she's coming home, so I'm gone. I'm on the street with the man them playing basketball or whatever, just trying to be around people that are my age. Or
So can I ask you a question?
yeah, of course.
So at this age, was it that you were just, as Caribbean says, people would say you're just giving trouble? Were you deciding to just give trouble, or was it really, you were really that uncomfortable at home?
I don't think I was giving trouble. I just think that, I was just adjusting. I wanted to explore. I felt alone a lot, and now I had access to a whole new group of people, and they weren't my mom and they weren't my grandmother. And you got to imagine too, I was uprooted from everything I know, everybody I know.
Even if it wasn't ideal, it's what you knew.
But everybody, right? Like the people I pitched marble with, the people that I grew up with, I went to grades with, they all lived in the same building as me.
Right.
These are all people I grew up around, right? So I was uprooted from all of that. So I was just looking for any kind of, and I'd go play basketball. We had a basketball right around the thing, and my mom, for most of my life and my brother's life, my mom delegated our raising to other people. You know what I mean? She was that single black mother.
Was she young when she had you?
Yeah. So she was 20 when she had me.
Okay.
And I continued that cycle perfectly. I was 20 when I had
when you had your first child.
Absolutely.
So, and we also have to remember too, like growing up in Caribbean household, we never really had a voice. So even if you were feeling frustrated or feeling any feeling you had, you weren't able to voice that.
What I didn't like is I felt that she saw my father in me, and whatever disdain she had towards him,
it went on to you.
Absolutely.
Do you look like your father?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. Right. So it's just that's what I got a lot of, right? And then there was a new guy that she just had this kid with. Not a fan of this human being. You know what I mean? He was not nice to me. He didn't seem like a gentleman. He didn't seem like anything that would be good moving forward. And I didn't want to be around there, and now I had access to people. I didn't have access to people, and I could walk down the street and go hang out at this guy's house, and not knowing those guys are in a gang, and their older brothers are in gangs, and I'm not even aware of any of this. But
you don't even see it coming.
This is my comfort zone. These are the people I get to hang out with, play basketball with. This is all I got right now. You know what I mean?
So 16, you said you were caught. So you brought gal at the yard.
Yeah. And can I tell you, I was doing it so slick too, because she was working at. Well, I guess now that I think about it, I wasn't slick enough. Because she was working a night shift, and this the young lady we were dating, if that meant anything at that time, and she would come to my bus stop. So she came to my bus stop in front of my apartment, and we would just go inside.
Right.
And my mom came, and she walked in early, because it's like, here's the thing about Caribbean parents too, they're trying to catch you doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, get a life. What are you doing? What are you really doing?
No, it's true.
Like, she came home early, like she left work early, and she was really disappointed. And what made it even worse is that we lived on the ground floor, and like, because I was a stupid idiot, after I got caught, I still like made the girl climb through the window.
Oh, Lord.
So then when I went this way and my mom saw that she didn't follow me, she was even more disgusted.
Right. Yeah.
She was just like, this girl could have broke her neck. I'm like, we're on the ground floor.
Yeah.
But still,
you're not seeing that. Yeah.
Just reacting and panicking,
So did she immediately kick you out?
So no, it was.
Or was it more of you leaving?
No, my mom's what we call in Trinidad a sadist. She's not gonna get like too confrontational. She just won't fuck with you, like period.
Sometimes a bit worse.
Worse. Wait, for me?
Yeah.
Punch me in my face.
Yeah.
Hey,
punch me in my face. Let's get through this because I can take the punch in my face. This silent treatment thing, that'll make me lose my
psychological.
mind. That'll make me lose.
It is.
So
It's
that's
emotional
basically
abuse.
that was her form of I don't. Hey, that's it. Good morning. Good night. Nothing else. No conversations. No
emotions.
At 16.
16. And not only that, and that plays a part in it, but also too to see her being nurturing
To your brother.
And you only been here for 2 years.
What am I doing here?
It's like the perfect storm.
Right? I gotta get out of here.
Perfect storm.
And then I'm going over by these guys. We're smoking weed, playing dominoes. They're bringing
hailing
girls
you up.
over.
They're bringing me like,
Come
welcome to
on.
the brotherhood. Like what he said.
Not only that, their mother, they don't. She's opening the door in the garage and see us smoking weed. She don't care. She don't care nothing. Right? They have a mattress there. I can sleep there if I want to. She don't care. She'll come and bring me food in the morning.
I was about to say,
right?
She's just like, hey, you're like a son to me too. So
And
you eat.
like, and it blew my mind that my mom was so like, and I didn't know if that was like, okay, maybe these people are Canadian or maybe it was a religious thing or whatever. But when I would go over to those guys' house, their mom was a little more relaxed. Now that I'm older, those are the guys that ended up, living
Doing
that
the things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at 16, I'm not putting that together yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. So you go out on your own, right away on your own, or you kind of staying with friends
So
and
I'm
family?
staying with friends.
Staying with friends,
I'm
okay.
staying with friends. I'm staying with friends and just basically with the same group of people.
Right.
And then at a certain point, the older brothers get involved
Mm-hmm.
and we're a little bit older. And now, hey, you're around things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we need some loyalty from you because you're here with us, right? You're witnessing things. and
Yes.
even though you're a good guy,
You need to know we got you on lock.
need to know. Absolutely.
So at this time, are you having dreams of what you want your life to be? At this time, are you thinking ahead, or
I'm gonna tell you, at this time, I'm thinking to myself, I watched my mom sacrifice my life, and now I come to Canada, and she's poor. She has nothing. We're living in a low-income housing. So my whole mindset is I am not following the rules. The rules get you nothing.
Nothing.
Right? So I'm gonna shortcut.
Ain't no rules.
Right?
Ain't go through,
Right?
Yeah.
Because I looked, hey, this lady's 40.
Sacrifice
And
my
she
life.
got nothing.
Exactly.
That's
Man, they did some things to me in Trinidad. All for what?
Sacrifice
for
my
what?
life.
For what?
And to
And
come
you
and
still
see
got
nothing.
nothing. So for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna be that fool.
Right.
I'm gonna go where these guys are. Fast money, whatever's happening over here. These guys look like they know some things. I want to be with these guys because that doesn't look like any fun.
And
to
I
me.
think that's such a critical age, crucial age, that 16, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Yeah.
where a lot of our young men and women
Yeah.
are seeing that in some of the communities and making those same decisions.
Yeah.
Where like, and the fact that you said she sacrificed my life. So you're thinking, I went through all of this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might come up to something little,
come on.
come to a nice house,
Come
my
on.
own room, my own
Come
this,
on.
and to now know that you went through all of that and you came.
And even if I can't get those things, those fancy things,
Yeah.
I don't even get you.
Don't even get nothing out
You're
of the
working
deal.
2 jobs.
Yeah.
I don't get you either.
So it's nothing.
What am I doing?
Sacrifice for
My
nothing.
granny, right?
Was it more the fact that she didn't talk with you and explain certain stuff to you? Because at 14, you're like, you have a thought.
Yeah.
You're uprooted. You have a thought.
Absolutely.
And you come in and like, you see your mother with a belly.
Yeah.
And you're seeing this, but at no point I didn't hear you say you guys had a sit down conversation or anything. And was that something you were missing? Saying she
So-
maybe should have told you something, would have been a little bit different?
So absolutely. So my life has been filled with secrets, right? Caribbean parents, especially these people
Secrets.
born in the time. Secrets
50s,
is the-
60s,
every
70s.
Everything about these people is
Secrets.
right? So anytime we would try to have these conversations about me being left behind or choices or my father, it always turns to tears. I did the best that I could. I don't know what you want me to do. The guilt trip thing. And then it's like there's no resolution. There's no answers here.
Why does all Caribbean parents have that script?
I don't know. That's why they don't like me, because I'll be like, yo, the math is not mathing. I'm like, so you're telling me Auntie so-and-so has a child, and then this child. But it's, so where, what, you know what I mean? I'll sit down until.
It's different for when we hear the sons hear it from their mom. Like, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
Because you ask those questions to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
When it's us asking our mothers that question, and the response again, they break down. They're ashamed of their past.
You know what?
What do I feel? Yeah,
I know it's about you tonight. A little self-disclosure. I'm actually going through that right now with my son. So my oldest son is from a previous relationship.
Okay.
I got married when my son was 4.
Okay.
And he's now asking me questions, and I had to take myself out of the Caribbean mindset and say, listen, what do you want to know? Let's figure it out together. Mm-hmm. This is I may have to tell him some things that may not make me look like I'm in the best light.
Yeah.
But he needs to know.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Can I tell you? I think that is the best way to go about it. Hey, tell him everything that he needs to know about himself. Every aspect of himself. Your choices, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's your boy. He's your boy.
Right.
If you lie to him, he'll hold it against you.
Exactly.
But if he hears it from you first,
we'll figure it out together.
I have a 20-year-old son. He's 21. He's playing football. He's going through the same thing with me right now. This man is 6'6". He's 260 pounds. He's on a double scholarship.
Right.
He's beautiful, and I told him, I was like, listen, man, when you get older, there's going to be some things. You know what I mean? You're not going to like those things when it comes to, your mother and I, the type of lifestyles we used to live when we were younger.
Right.
At a certain point, he got that information. I don't want to go into depth on
you don't have
how
to.
he got that information.
You don't have
but
to.
just recently, he got that information. And even though when he was younger, I kept prepping him like, hey, fam, it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is who you are and where you're going, right? You're a monster. Like, look at your DNA. Like, he has the DNA of a god. Like, I mean, like, humbly speaking, like, if this human being can look in the mirror and not be like, yo, God loves me a little more, something like, come on. You know what I mean? You have everything going for you. It doesn't matter what your mom did when she was young. It does not matter. They were stupid.
Right.
And that's the thing I want to tell you. If you're 16 right now and you're listening to this, your parents are dumb, fam. Like, don't put these people on a pedestal. They're trying to figure it out too. So
always
don't judge them. Don't judge them too harsh, fam. They're trying to put it together too. Some of them had kids when they were young. Some of them, their parents weren't nothing. So how could they learn from people who don't know nothing? You know what I'm saying?
100% facts.
And you have to give them a blind because we didn't grow up with the internet.
Right.
You see, you guys have the internet. Everything is right there at your fingertips. For a portion of our lives, we didn't grow up with that, and
it's
neither did your parents.
All oral, orally spoken. Words. Fix your face. But you know what I meant. Everything was auditory. Everything was
word of mouth.
Word of mouth. You know what I mean? I can't stand enough. So now you're out on your own. 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, and like once that gets to a certain point, then you know what we're doing. We're out here. And you know what I mean by we're out here. We're moving work. We're doing whatever it takes, and we're living that lifestyle. And can I just tell you, the power, like, that's a lifestyle. You get drunk so fast. Like, even just like money means absolutely nothing. Like, you see what I'm going to them people there. The money means nothing because they get it they get it so quickly. And what's crazy about the dough is that the people around you. So I'll give you a prime example. Everybody who was around me when I was doing my thing was eating. They were very happy. And I'm talking about from the church people who think they're better than me, from the mom, from every single person. They knew what I was doing. Everybody knew the lifestyle was very loud. I was a monster. I was one of those scary people that people were scared of. They don't invite him to the dinner because, But when it comes to, hey, I need 1,000. Hey, can you help me with
You
that?
have it? No problem.
No problems. No, and that goes for the people I have children with. That goes for the family members. All of these people, right? They're very content taking, but also they shun you at the same time, right?
They didn't want to seem too accommodating.
They give you an arm's length to be like,
both ways.
I don't associate, but behind the closed door, hey, how you doing?
It's that optics again. It's the optics.
Hey, I saw you guys have a barbecue on Facebook. Oh, we forgot to invite you. My bad. Sorry, but listen, they cut the lights. Do you think you could help us out? Is that type of vibe? You know, they forget to invite you to the barbecue, but they need you need your help on the other
what
hand,
you just said.
right?
It's like, oh. Yeah, we forgot to invite you to the barbecue, and you're just like, but I funded that barbecue.
Yeah. You know, I paid for the chicken.
What
Right? But it looked like it was a good barbecue. And then for me, those type of things made me distance myself from family more. So I looked at it like, I'm not even proud of this, but there was a point where my family would call me, and I would be like, how much? That's how I would answer the phone. Because I didn't want to deal with the fake stuff that comes before that.
Yeah.
You know, the small talk that you know, I know.
Eliminate it. It makes it like you're taking me for an idiot.
Yeah.
So
When you say that, I'm going to ask this question. How was your relationship with your sibling, the child that your mom had?
Okay, so
your brother then?
We were close.
Okay.
We were close, but we're 14 years apart. Right? So I'm off the porch now, and I'm running with the kind of things that I don't want to bring home.
Okay.
But when he sees me, I'm his guy. You know what I mean? I'm his hero. I'm gonna make sure he has the games. Our relationship when he was young was always cool. The only problem was I don't want to be around these people.
You don't want to be around mom and stepdad
and I kind of gained this thing like they were that kryptonite, because the truth of the matter is when they weren't around, I was very successful. When I didn't have to deal with the passive aggressive nonsense, microaggressions, and all the garbage that comes with dealing with family and all that BS, I was focused. I was successful. I was numb. I didn't have any weaknesses, right? Man. You know what I mean? I was just locked in. Locked in and just focused. And then when you get to a certain point and you have that bread now, what happens is everybody around you is
smell it.
They're worshiping you now, right? Everybody says yes, anything you want, and especially if it comes to, you know, drugs, like, you know, the addicts, the bartenders, you know, the waitresses. They all know you. They know you have that bag, and they worship you, and you get lost in that sauce, my brother. Of course. You know, anybody will do anything you say to do because you got that bag.
It's crazy that you said that. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was thinking of when your mom had your brother and whatnot. And I'm not saying you were jealous, but you're just like,
I was.
Okay, so even better. So say that you were jealous, but now when you have that relationship with your brother and your brother's like, yo, Beatles, my guy, that's my brother. You know what I mean? I was just saying, was your mom jealous now to be like, hold on, like I think didn't want you guys to have a relationship in a sense, right?
I think it's just she did and she didn't. Okay. Right? Because I believe that she saw, okay, he's going down the wrong path. So I don't really want him around him like that. But also, too, my brother's dad wasn't around either. So the only kind of guy that was me, right? The only kind of man.
So the cycle continued because his father wasn't
not a part of his life at all either.
So you're only the male role model around,
right? So, and now I can't be around because I'm in it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to put your little brother.
I can't.
You don't want nothing to happen.
Yeah, it's that kind of life. I can't really be around like that. You know what I mean? We're out here like that, so I can't really afford to be around. And if I stop in, it's a once in a blue moon. I'm gonna make it crazy for him and make him happy, and you know. And then I'm trying to be out of there because the conversation's always gonna go with her and some.
And it's a 14-year difference too, right?
Right. And it's a 14-year difference. So at the time, what can I do for you? I can buy you video games and, you know, things like that. If something comes up, I can come take you on a trip. Right. I used to take him around a lot, and, like, you know, the women would adore him and he would love the crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also, it was never anything, you know.
There's so much more questions that I have, and I keep looking at the time. I feel like we always talk about part twos, but I feel like we're gonna have to do a part two because there's like so much. So during this time, I'm not gonna be able to fit everything in, but during this time as you're living this life, the women that are in your life, what is that looking like?
So I currently have 5 kids with 4 different women.
There we go.
When I was 19, I got 2
Hold on,
girls.
wait.
No, because that's reality. No, I mean like
no. That wasn't you. It
Okay.
was the lady who's like, yep.
Yeah, that's why I said there you go. Like he was living a lifestyle with fast money and
of course.
So
Right.
So how were you? A few
So-
questions. How were you treating them? What was your relationship like with them?
Awful. I was an awful human being to women. Awful. I simply possessions. What do you have to offer me? I have it all. What could you possibly
give me besides your legs?
What are you talking about? What could you like? I know what you guys do. My mom already showed me what women do. You make me.
I was
weak.
just about to ask.
Yeah, no.
Was your relationship with your mother having
absolutely
influenced your relationship with women?
You make me. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm 42 years old. This has changed my relationship with women. Nothing before this has come to me that has changed my relationship. I always look at females as a weakness, a chink in my armor. You're the thing that the guy can find a way to get me through, right? That guy can use you to get to me, right? And that's what it's always been, right? And I was not vetting. You're cute. I like something about you. And I have money. I could get you pregnant. I could take care of that.
Right.
Ridiculous, reckless. But it all came from the fact that I did not value myself. And I just have to be like super honest with you. I didn't rate myself. I was just doing what I wanted to feel at the time, right? I just living a life of what you would call pleasure, not a life of responsibility, not a life of value, not a life of actual worth. Right? Just going through the motions like I saw it on TV, like the home. Because the most important thing for me at the time was for the man them to tell me, yo, what? That's where you're driving?
Right.
Yo, that's where you live?
Yeah.
That's who you're slewing?
Yeah.
That was it. It's just about, these guys.
Slewing, that's 90s. Right? Slewing.
Because those men were your family. That's what it was.
Those were the people that took me off the streets. Right?
That's what it was.
So I just wanted to impress them. Fam, and that was it. That was it for me.
How old is your oldest child?
I have 2 21-year-olds.
Two 20, and then the youngest is?
And the youngest is 9.
Is 9. Okay, so have you gone back to any of these women and apologized? Or do you feel like you've needed to apologize?
Yes. So in all of that, right, I've made this change. And you got to understand, for a lot of those people, they're not trying to hear none of that. They don't give a shit.
What's done is done.
What's done is done. You're a monster. I don't want to be around no monster. I don't trust being around no monster. Period.
Right.
Right. And I heard that you changed. That's awesome. Man, it's always been financial. We're gonna keep it financial.
Right.
I've tried. I am a person, because of who I am going to reach out. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to beg. I'm going to say, hey, I want to see you. Hey, I want to make things right between us. Hey, what can I do to fix this? But there comes a certain point where I'm going to be like, fuck you.
You can only do so much.
I am only going to allow you to hold me accountable to an old version of myself for so long. Right. When you know I'm going this way, I'm trying to make amends. But because you are scared of what I might become, you want to hold me to what I used to be.
Right.
I don't allow that. I won't allow you to do that to me.
Right.
Right. That's going to stop me from growing. It's going to make me feel ways about myself. And I learned that from her. This human being has loved me, and just I'm telling you, man, I've had just moments where it's just oh, this guy did something to me in traffic or whatever, and the old version of myself, I'm hopping out of the car, and she just looks at me like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
And she just reminded me, I don't know, man. It's so crazy. I grew up in Brampton, where I thought Hamilton was just full of these kind of loose boost people. and the weirdest thing is the women that I've met from Hamilton has changed my opinion.
Touch the brown button. Is that it there? Where is it?
Wrong one.
Touch it.
You talking about this one?
There we go.
That's it.
The women
that's all she wants to hear you.
That I have her and the group that she hangs with, these women have changed my opinion. Man, I'm telling you, I was so paranoid being in this relationship with this woman, being vulnerable, and just being around her and seeing the people that she's around and how they operate. I'm thinking it's, I thought all women were a certain type of way, not realizing maybe I was fishing too close to a certain type of pond. You understand what I'm saying? And she has changed my entire outlook and perspective on this. That's why we are here. That's why we roll together. There's nothing of mine that she doesn't have access to, not an email. I have absolutely no privacy, and I don't want it. I don't want it because I adore her. And what she actually does for me is more than I could ever do for her. And I just mean just by being present, just by the inspiration, just by making sure I want to be a better man to be worthy of someone like this, you know, to deserve the kind of love that she gives me. She gives me a different kind of love. Even when I'm being a piece of shit, she treats me with love and kind. That's crazy. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Right? And I have to be a man that's worthy of that.
So I feel like we're going to get into that part in part 2. Are you guys coming next week? Yeah, part 2 is next week. Because we're going to get into this also again next week. So you've gone back. Your children.
Yeah.
Your children.
So
what's the conversations with your children like?
The conversation with my oldest is more of, you know, we have a back and forth relationship. I've made sure that I provided for him certain things that he needs to win. You know, we went through vehicles, you know, we have understandings, and right now he's in a place where he just wants to focus. He believes that his parents kind of broke his heart with the lifestyle that we were living when we were younger. Some stuff came up as he was older when it came to his mother that he had to deal with. And even though I tried to prep him for those things, he still has to deal with them in his own way. And being who he is, I can't tell him how to deal with it. He makes better decisions than I did when I was 20 years old. All I can do is give him the information of a 42-year-old and trust that he's going to make those good decisions. Right now, we talk on a light level. That's what he wants. But we have our times where he's living with me, where he's staying with me, where we're close. I don't force things with humans, and that goes for all my babies.
And it's crazy is because now I'm knowing because I have a child. And I realize even though you're talking, and you feel like they're not listening, they're always watching.
They're always
watching, right? And observing. So even you're just, okay, maybe they don't like that tough conversation, you know what I mean? And the light, they're like, okay, I see that big change of daddy. I see that big change of mommy, and it's just like, hold on, like there's
very observant.
You know, be very observant, right? So right now, you're a child, you're enjoying. So you're a kid, but the more you're talking, the more you're showing. Later on, you're gonna be like,
absolutely.
So here we go.
You're right.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Even though,
sorry,
go ahead.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something. Enjoy it because, like you said, you have a princess.
Yeah.
So we see that princess gets big. Remember,
it's a
the princess is gonna look at mom and how is mom able to hold on a family, and she's gonna see that because that's what she's gonna look to do.
Yeah.
When she looks at you, she's like, okay, the qualities of a man, I'm gonna get that from my father, so I'm gonna have to look for that. Right? She's gonna take the good and discard the bad. You're gonna have those conversations with her.
Definitely.
There can be some tough conversations, as I have tough conversations with my 17-year-old daughter. I scratch my head all the time.
But as long as everyone's a unit and knows, like, okay, like mother and father's on the same page,
yes,
and under the same roof.
Right.
But when you're not under the same roof, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different.
And I think you also have to take ego out of the equation too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ego is a huge.
Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, ego is huge.
And accountability. I feel like people don't take accountability. When you're in a relationship with a person, you have a child with them, and years have gone by, and the relationship is soured. You guys are no longer together, and a decade has gone by, and you're still not talking to that human being. You're being ridiculous. You guys have a child together. Anything could happen to that child. You're supposed to try to put your ego aside, like you said, and take some accountability.
right?
Right.
And it's hard for people to take accountability of who they used to be, right? But at the same time, you have to make that person in your life understand, hey, I understand you're a human being. I understand you feel. I understand I did you dirty, and I want to be better, right?
I think that's the worst thing when a mother or a father could take their child and like be like bash the mother.
Right.
That's the worst because, as I said, the child would have noticed and see and be like,
very
what
observant.
What is mom's talking about?
Yeah.
Or what is dad talking about? When like it's just different.
But
you know what I mean? As you said,
but that's what happens a lot of times in like, I'm not going to say like a broken down household is like when two people are not together because one feels more animosity than towards another. And because of that, that's what happens. I had a question here because I know that you touched on, you said and you don't have to go into details with anything here too much, or if you want to say anything you want, go ahead. You said your son found out he is going through it himself, like understand what he's heard about. Like mom and dad.
He has to process.
He has to process it.
The history of where he comes from or what he feels about it, right?
Exactly.
Because he's got his own ego as a 21.
Well, here's the thing now.
Giant, beautiful human being. He's got his own.
And that's what I wanted to say here, right? Now, I know that he's processing it. That he's going through it, and he's like, but I know that he said he stays with you sometimes. Like, have you sat down and said, hey, you know, like, or is
now, even though I prepped him for this,
we can prep. We can prep all we want, but at the same time, when it hits you, and then.
So what he did to me was this. I'll be brutally honest with you. So what happened was he found out whatever he was going through at his mom's house, and some things came together for him, and he put two and two together, and he was extremely unhappy. There was a point where I told him, I said, listen, man, at some point, you're just going to have to zone out, right? Because you're from Brampton, where nobody chases dreams, right? Where everybody laughs at you when you tell them, hey, I want to do this, or I'm going to be this. They're going to be like, what? Go get a factory job. What are you talking about?
That is Brampton.
Right?
That's Brampton.
So what I told him was, I want him to be big. I want him to live big. I want him to go as far as possible. So I told him, at some point, you need to focus up and leave this place because you're playing football. Right? This is Canada. You got to do your thing in the States. So you need to cut everybody off, right? And do your thing. So whatever happened at his mom and whatever information he received, he decided to implement that on that day. So I haven't heard from him in a while. So I call him and I'm like, so what? What did I do to you? And, you know, I already spoke with his mom, so she kind of gave me a kind of a heads up. So he's saying to me, hey, man, I'm just doing what you told me to do, dude.
So you took your advice.
I'm just, you know. But I'm like, hey, man, I already showed you. He's like, hey, man, I'm not mad at you. He's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just doing what you told me to do.
See, okay.
You know what I mean? But within that, I'm proud of him, yes, but I know something in there hurts.
It's eating at him a little bit.
There's some kind of conversation that needs to be had. There's some kind of something there, and I'm not sure that he could get that from that other side. I feel like that's me. That's who I am with him to have that conversation. But I can't do it until he's ready. And I can't force him. He's a grown man.
I was about to say, you're not forcing. You're just
He's
like,
a
you know
grown
what?
man.
I'll let you breathe.
I know how he operates. He's going to break something. He's going to call me. I know how it works. Right?
Yeah.
The car will mash up. Something
right.
He'll fall
you
back.
Know your child. You know your child.
I know how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It happens.
But I've learned not to force him because I have daughters and I've experienced what we were just talking about with the bad mouthing and, you know, having someone who is talking horrible about.
Or family members talking horrible.
Right?
But especially like the mom and dads talking bad about each other. That's a... Yeah.
So I don't force. My thing is, hey, I adore you. Anything you need, you pick up the phone and you call. I will come. I want to see you all the time, but I will be respected.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. I don't want to talk drama.
Right.
I just want to love you. What do you want to do? You want to go shopping?
Right.
What do you want to do? Let's go to the mall. Whatever you want to do, I want to do that too. Right. But
we're gonna be respectful.
Right.
I don't want to talk about your mom.
Right.
I don't want to talk about whatever it was. He
There's
said,
no need.
she
Yeah.
said.
There's no
You're
need.
a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no need. Yeah.
And even though they're not babies, you
But
know, they're 14 and 16, but still, that's her and me.
Yeah.
This is us here.
Separate.
Right. And you know, sometimes they want their distance too. But you know, the thing I've learned from, you know, my days of trapping is that I don't know, things have cycles, you know, and people, when they need you, they'll be around, but they're also living their lives too. And especially since I am not in a household with them, their priorities with their friends or their swim meets or their sleepovers or their whatever, I'm backstage to those things. My job is providing. My job is making sure that the opportunities that whatever may come their way, that they're able to access. Absolutely. And I'm comfortable with that. At one point, I used to lose my mind. I used to kick down doors. I used to, you know, do the tough guy things. I'm bringing my friends. All the band are coming. I want to see my kid. And all the garbage that you do when you don't have that value for yourself.
That's
now,
right. That's right.
Now I have discipline. And I've implemented discipline for so long that I have value in myself. I know the work I put into this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always going to operate from a perspective where I adore you. I'm not going to chase you down.
Amazing. So we have to do a part two. I didn't get. We're
we didn't even talk to this.
We're literally.
The other half. We didn't even talk to the other half.
Halfway through the story.
Do
you know what I mean? We're literally halfway through the story.
We didn't even talk about the 2 years of solitude.
We're not even like, we're maybe a quarter towards the way towards the 2 years. Like, we're literally halfway in.
Yeah, we gotta pay him. You
guys are coming back next week?
I would love to be here.
Next week? Okay, there you go. She said yes. She said yes. You're coming next week?
Yeah.
There you go.
As long as
She said yes.
So the interview's gonna be.
The interview's gonna be from now to.
Wow.
I want to ask if you had gotten into any. You don't have to answer right now. I want to keep it suspenseful.
Okay.
If you had gotten into any trouble with the justice system,
Jesus.
I want to get into that.
Absolutely.
I want to get into if that's what,
you
know.
I'm not coming next week.
If that's what propelled you into making this change. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into you and, you know, how did you meet him? What state was he in? What work did you? So that's what I'm saying. You want to stay tuned next week.
That's the good stuff.
How did you change him?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like how did you meet? I want to know how she met him. What stage was he in his life? You know what I mean? And what made her decide?
It seemed like it didn't matter what stage he was in.
What made her decide?
What stage he was in.
No, I think it would have. I think it did. Yeah, it mattered.
It did work.
It did. Yeah, and I think it. I want to hear like
her energy. You know,
what that process
was. Something that made him. You know,
I'm talking about her.
I know. I said his lady's energy. I'm talking about her energy.
No, what made her?
Oh, stay with him?
In what state was he in when she met him?
What state he was in?
Y'all not ready. Just stay tuned for next week.
Wow. Anyways, this has been good.
Yes.
Family, yo, tune in, listen. This is nuts. Like, this is crazy.
And you know, just want to say it again, H-Town girls for the win. Hamilton girls. Thank you for saying that.
So we know what it is. But anyways, for our listeners, like, please, like, social media, any shout outs you want to do, please do it now.
Copino _ man. I you know, I'm an aspiring actor. I don't have anything to sell you. I don't have anything to promote. I'm out here just doing what I want to do, owning my own life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, we'll tune in next week and we'll chop
yes
it up.
for part two.
I just want to
excited.
Sincerely thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you.
And
thank
I
you.
love this. I really appreciate this.
Thank you.
This is great.
Thank you.
Any shout out do you want to do?
Erica Vanessa.
Any shout outs?
If you want, you don't have to.
Yeah. Today is October 19th. It's the day that my grandfather, the Honorable Lincoln Alexander, passed away in 2012. So we celebrate his day today.
Yes.
So this, wow.
I was talking about him earlier.
And we were talking about him earlier.
He used to stop me in Jackson Square sometimes in his scooter.
Wow.
And be like, how's school? I'm like, school's good. You know what I mean? Why are you here during the day?
Wow.
You know, but he was a great man.
This is amazing. So without him, right? So anyways, EIP, thank you very much. This has been a blessing. You know what it is? It's your boy Rooms.
It's your girl, Miss Jareen.
Security Boys Gems.
What'd you
and
say?
Mr. I am. I know he's not here, but blessings. Thank you very much.
Tune in part 2.
Tune in part 2.
Next week, EIP Live 9 to 10, 8 to 10.
Right.
8 to 10, and listen up next for Kush Nubia.
From
coming 10
up.
to 12 coming up.
You know what it is.
All right, good night, y'all.
ILive Radio.
Attention à tous les musiciens, groupes, associations, clubs et organisations qui représentent les styles collectifs de musique à travers le Canada. Le moment est venu de reconstruire nos genres de nations musicales collectives comme le hip-hop, le R&B, le jazz, le soul, le reggae, le gospel et plus unis. La Nation de la musique collective est une organisation à but non lucratif engagée dans le développement de la musique collective. Des adhésions gratuites sont disponibles dès maintenant. La Nation de la musique collective, une seule voix, la force.